Hold on.
Francis got to check his thinning hair real quick before we get going.
I was tweeting a blog about Jared. Okay. It's the Rundown with me as the host. We got Riggs and we got Big Cat.
It's true.
The Rundown today is presented by FanDuel. The Gold Bottles giveaway takes on Los Angeles. It's a $5 entry, only 4,500 spots available. The first place prize is 2 tickets to Game 4 in LA, plus $2,500 and Gold Bottles t-shirt. Second place prize, $1,750 plus $250 of Barstool merch. If you finish in the top 400, you get paid. Go to fanduel.com/goldbottles.
Do you want to talk real quick before? That's a great deal, by the way.
That is a really good deal.
It's an unreal deal.
I want to go to LA.
Getting a flight and tickets to Game 4 World Series game. Do you want to talk real quick about the purchase you just made?
Yeah, sure. Well, I bought a ticket to Game 7.
One?
Just one ticket.
One ticket.
One ticket to Game 7 of the World Series, should it happen, at Fenway Park. And I immediately went up to tell Jared
How much?
Carabas. I spent $2,000.
Now, how does that work? Do you get them? You bought it on a secondary market, I assume.
Yes.
So then you don't get that money back.
No, I do.
Oh, you do?
If the game doesn't happen, I don't lose any money.
Are you going to try to resell it?
Well, I don't think so. I think that my reasoning was that if the game happens and there's a deciding World Series Game 7 game going down at Fenway Park, I want to be there.
By yourself.
Yeah. And I also know that if this series extends to that point and we're getting into a Game 7, surely the value, that ticket will be worth a lot more money.
So you are going to resell it?
No, I'm not going to resell it. I just like knowing that I jumped ahead of the
Yeah,
market.
Like you're going to look around like you idiots paid way more than I did to be.
Yeah, although I'm hoping everybody in my row is like a real season ticket holder, mass hole, being like, I want a hot dog.
How's the, where's the seat?
It's decent. It's
Yeah?
like, I don't know, 20 rows back along the first baseline or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you like hawking it for a while and then you pounced, or was this just an impulsive move?
When the Red Sox won the World Series in 2013, I did this same exact move because I knew that Game 7 would be in Boston and I wanted to be at the deciding game. And it ended up that the Red Sox won in Game 6, so I got the money back.
You should do this for every World Series. Like,
Yeah.
This should be your brand. You know the guys who go to every Super Bowl? You should just buy a Game 7 World Series ticket no matter where it would be.
Right. Well, look, I mean, here
every 5 years you get to go.
Yeah.
I only care about the Red Sox. And
Right, but it would be cool if you were like the Game 7 guy.
that would
That's
be
your new
cool.
brand. Maybe even do it for basketball and hockey too. Like, Francis, you
Gets
need Game
expensive.
7 ticket, he's your in.
Francis
I only
is
have
gone.
one ticket, though. I only ever get one ticket. So if you have someone you want to bring, you can't.
Have you done that? Have you gone to a big game by yourself?
No.
Got it.
I'm not sure how I'm going to do.
Yeah, good game's a good one because everybody's high-fiving. You're
Yeah.
all on the same
Yeah.
team,
I'm going to be
fun.
buying beers for people. I'll get in
Yeah.
early, get in quick with people.
Got it.
Totally.
Yeah, make friends.
Yeah.
Speaking of sports,
You do that well.
Monday Night Football was last night. We had the Giants playing the Falcons from Atlanta.
That's true.
If you're a Giants fan, this season has become a bit of a dumpster fire. Unfortunately, they keep winning close games, although last night's game was only close in the score.
They keep losing close games.
Excuse me, they keep losing close
Yeah.
games. They're 1-6. Eli Apple just got traded to your Saints, Riggs.
Go Saints.
It looks like a fire sale is beginning. Riggs, your thoughts?
So I completely swapped my watching this game. I watched the first half. It was awful.
Awful.
There's absolutely nothing going on, nothing exciting, nothing fun. My roommate's a big Giants fan, so we're trying to get into it. Went to bed at halftime, woke up, checked the highlights. Apparently, the end of the game was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I missed all kinds of
Pretty good.
action. Odell, I mean, he's like this guy that everything about him, you want to hate him, you want to dislike him, all the off the field bullshit. Like his catch at the end of the game with all the chaos about how horribly they managed the clock and all of that was unbelievable.
Yes.
That catch was like one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So it was devastating that I missed it, but also I
His
wanted to
feet are
dislike this
insane.
guy.
Yeah.
Like his feet, the fact that he got his feet,
They're
it was
insane. They're
that was
insane.
like one of the best catches of the fucking
Yeah.
year. That was
And it
awesome.
meant
So
nothing.
it sucked that meant nothing, that I missed all of it because I was asleep, but it looked like it was a sick game.
I want to ask you two guys, because you're Harvard grads, not to brag. I know you're going to probably bring that up. Sorry to cuck you there. But the Matt debate that went down. I was on the my gut failed me. My big fat gut failed me, and I was like, what the hell are they doing? But the math debate actually was a kind of an interesting strategy. Did you see it?
No.
Okay, so the Giants were down 14. They scored a touchdown. They
Oh,
were
and then
down
they went
8.
for 2,
They went
right?
for 2, and everyone's like, what the fuck's going on, myself included. And then people were tweeting out these articles that, like, actually that's the smartest way to handle it, because if you're down 14, you need 2 touchdowns regardless. So if you go for 2 the first time and you get it, the next time you kick an extra point to win. If you don't get it, you can go for 2 again because you're now down 8. And essentially the odds of going for 2, getting one of 2 2-point conversions is better odds than kicking 2 extra points and then having to deal with overtime and the probability of losing in overtime.
Oh, interesting.
I totally agree.
I don't understand the actual math behind it, but I trust the nerds that have told me this is the right move.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it's like one of those math problems that I'll never understand, but I'm like, oh, I think that makes sense.
Why is it called the Mac debate?
The math.
Oh, the math debate.
It wasn't like the math debate. It wasn't like a big,
Right.
We weren't splitting atoms, but
No.
it was
Yeah.
just football math. Yeah.
I mean, it's so. What's the? Do you know what the 2-point conversion rate like percentage is?
50%, which that's the part that the math kind of breaks down. Is the 50% I think is the league average, but obviously the Giants don't have a league average
Right.
offense.
So their overtime is a huge factor in that.
Right,
Like,
and essentially the Giants proved, if you want to do the, they shouldn't have gone for it. Well, they did go for it again at the end of the game, and they hit it, so they did prove that they got it 1 out of 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, they were horrific in the red zone leading up to the first attempt.
Yeah.
And
Also, the Monday Night Football crew, and Tommy, you can talk about this because you're a Giants fan, the ball washing they do for Eli Manning, I'm actually convinced it's less to do, like, I know Kevin was saying that Eli Manning's a diva. I just think that Archie Manning is going to go down in history as the greatest helicopter parent of all time. Because he has brainwashed, like, the entire NFL, the media, everyone, that you can never say anything bad about a Manning.
Eli is too dumb to be a diva. I told Kevin this. He does what his daddy tells him. Like
Right, Archie is the diva.
Right,
Archie's
you
the
can't play in
fucking guy.
San Diego. Go play in New York. Eli, he just does what he's told.
Archie is basically the Kris Jenner of the football world.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's been for 5 fucking years they've treated him like this. Are they never going to be like, look, he's just not fucking good anymore?
Well, the thing that I don't understand, and Tommy, again, you can chime in here as a Giants fan. The offensive line stinks. That's why Eli stinks. I don't really
Well, that was
understand
true
that.
for a while.
The offensive line is bad, but being a good quarterback in an athlete, obviously he's the least athletic starting quarterback in the NFL. A quarterback can make your offensive line better by stepping up in the pocket, by moving the pocket, by throwing the ball quickly. Like, you can see that Pat Shurmur a few times, like, dude, you had an open guy. What the hell are you doing?
No, I that was a fair argument. I think like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when the offensive line was just terrible, and I think it was way more on the offensive line. Now at this point, Eli is also just bad.
He's for sure to blame
Yeah.
because there's guys.
This is the first year, like I always defended Eli. This is the first year where I'm like, all right, just why? Like Eli
he
just
also
can't
missed
do
him
it
in the
anymore.
first half. He missed Odell wide open in the end zone.
And he missed the guy who the Monday Night Football crew just happened to circle and be like, everyone's covered. They circled 3 guys, and they just didn't circle the guy who was wide open in the back of the end zone. And that's the thing with Eli is I do think the offensive line sucks, but Eli, as soon as there's any pressure, he just turtles and doesn't look downfield.
I think part of it is he's also like an abused dog to a
Yeah.
degree too, where like through the years, if he was always getting a beating, so now not that his protection's much better, but he's still just always skimmish.
That's a completely fair thing. I
Skimmish.
do think there's something to be said for a quarterback who gets hit a bunch and then their eyes just don't go downfield.
Right. He just waits to fall down.
They also, the crew hit him too on the Odell miss wide open with like, I'm pretty sure he expected Odell to kind of expand the route there because they're in the end zone. It's like,
It's crazy.
Fucking wide
Just
open.
say something bad about Eli once. Just like I'm not, and I qualify every Eli take because I know Giants fans are sensitive and they have a right to be. That's just part of being a fan. He has 2 Super Bowls. He's had an incredible career. Like he is a legend if you're a Giants fan. But it's also okay to say he sucks right
And that's hurting them right now.
now. Yeah.
The fact that he comes with like that pedigree
Although
is
it might
like
be
they're
helping
not
them
willing
'cause
to.
I was actually thinking about this. You want this? You want me to throw this to you, Tommy? What's Eli's lasting legacy? The 2 Super Bowls, or the fact that he was so bad and people were so scared in the Giants organization to bench him that he got you Saquon Barkley and maybe Justin Herbert?
I was gonna say he rebuilt the Giants. Like he was
he
at the
did.
helm of the
He's
Giants.
gonna
rebuild.
rebuild the Giants on his way out.
I'm in on that. I like that.
That's
solid.
a Spin Zone Giants fan.
I like it. Speaking of quarterbacks, Derek Carr has come under fire for crying, possibly crying, allegedly crying during the game on Sunday. He says that he did not cry. His brother, I don't know if you guys saw this, then tweeted like a litany of injuries that he endured during the game. And then Derek Carr responded being like, don't even waste your time with this. And they're saying, Pro Football Talk was saying that he may have lost the support of his team, the locker room, because they think he's a bitch for crying. Big Cat, your thoughts?
So, I had fun with this a couple weeks ago when the crying thing happened in London, just because it's a funny thing to, like, joke about. But if your argument is Derek Carr's not tough, you're a fucking moron. He played with a broken back. And I do think there's a level of, like, you can have fun with these, with like, joking about this stuff, but there's definitely a fundamental level where if you're actually questioning the toughness of a guy who played with his broken back, you're an absolute moron.
It sucks that the Raiders suck. I want them to be good so badly. I feel like it's just so much more fun when the Raiders, they're black, they're badass, Gruden, all of that, and they just stink.
Yeah.
They're a disaster.
Do we have an echo, by the way?
So
Can we turn down the echo? Where all of our things that we're saying.
I'm hearing it. Yeah.
I wasn't hearing it. Did my ears
You don't
suck?
hear it right now?
It's coming off.
Yeah.
It's like it's coming out of the
Out of the
TVs or
TVs.
something.
Well, now I'm upset. I'm concerned that I didn't hear it. That you guys heard it.
You had a good Raider take, and all I could hear was the echo.
Right.
Well, shit.
Well, anyway.
You got a problem with your ears?
Oh, thanks, all
I
this
didn't
Pete.
think so.
Moving back into
Wait,
this.
but that was a good point. I agree. The Raiders, especially their last couple of years in Oakland. Football's more fun when the Raiders are good, especially John Gruden. I don't know. We'd like to rag on him, but it would be fun for him to have, a couple big-time
Imagine
games.
like cocky John Gruden coaching
I mean,
the
I
Raiders.
think he actually still is cocky.
Yeah,
John Gruden,
but like
sucks.
justified cocky.
He also made the Mari Cooper trade, which I actually think that was genius by John Gruden because he can now package all the trades together and make it look a lot better. Be like, well, we traded Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack for this many first-round picks when there's no way anyone should have given up a first-round pick for Amari Cooper, and he shouldn't have traded Khalil Mack. So if you put it together, it's like, well, I'm not doing so bad.
Yeah.
I also, Derek Carr had a classic like similar to a not one iota quote where he was like, "I did not cry, not one tear."
Not one tear.
Yeah.
It was great.
He's got very emotional eyes.
Yeah. I watched the slow motion. I think it was a GIF, or do you guys say GIF?
Yeah,
I say GIF.
GIF, whatever it was. That face. I've made that face before, and that means you're either holding back tears or they're about to come.
Right.
So, certainly felt like.
But he's got, everyone always says he might be wearing mascara because he's got pronounced eyelashes.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just what it is.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with guys wearing makeup. Sometimes it really helps to like pronounce the color of your eyes. Yeah.
You can wear whatever you want.
You
2018.
can. Good for Derek Carr. Let's hope that he sorts it out. Speaking of sports again, LeBron is off to a very bad start in Los Angeles. They lost again last night in overtime to San Antonio. They are 0-3 in the LeBron era. And of course, we also saw LeBron, although he did get them to overtime with that great three in overtime, he had a chance to win the game or extend the game, and he chose a 22-foot fadeaway just inside the arc.
What happened with the free throws? Was that like
He
Dave?
missed two, right? Did he miss two free
Yeah.
throws?
Yeah.
LeBron's free throws have been weird. Like, I'm not going to say he's bad at free throws because he's not, but they've been weird because I think he's changed his free throw shot a few times over his career, and they're weird.
Yes.
He's got like a weird look to him now.
Yeah, they're just, he's never looked fully comfortable with the
No,
free
he
throw
doesn't
line.
look confident. And it's whenever he misses, it's always the same miss. It's always the brick off the back rim.
Right, and again, he's not bad at free throws. It's just you watch him and you're like, yeah, that's a guy who's not confident enough in his free throws. Two misses at the end of a game is definitely possible.
Yeah.
Whereas like a Steph Curry goes up there and you're
it's
like, okay, he's never gonna miss
like a
again.
layup.
Right.
Do you think a part of him's okay with like a lackadaisical, like we don't have to be all stressed out all season, we're not that great season in like LA?
It's an
on the
interesting
beach?
question, Riggs. It's
You
a
know?
very interesting question.
I don't. I mean, are they in full tank mode?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
But-
You're never in tank mode with LeBron. James.
LeBron, right? So here's the question. Like how bad could they be?
They're not going to be as bad as like. They're not. They're going to be fine, and they're going to make the playoffs, and they're going to still win 45 to 50 games. But they're also not going to compete for a title. I think their team is just weird. They just have a lot of weird parts.
Very young. And I
Also,
think
Brandon Ingram is suspended, who is their second best player.
I also think it takes some time to get used to playing with LeBron.
Oh, for sure.
To like kind of space the floor and get out of his way. And, you know, he's like moves at a different speed than everybody else in the league. So
it's also very stressful to play with LeBron because if you lose, you are the how did you let LeBron down team.
Right.
And if you win, it's LeBron gets all the accolades.
Right.
I feel like we're just not going to see as much of him this year because he's West Coast too, which is fucking. I just feel like I never when I look is he playing.
Yeah, it's almost genius of him. He's like, I completely agree. I followed along that game because I bet the Spurs and I went to bed in like the fourth quarter. It was like it's 1 o'clock in the
It's
morning.
like these late playoff games, but every night.
Right.
They're
right.
on that late.
Right.
It's brutal.
Yeah, his faults will not be as focused
Pronounced.
on. Yeah.
All right, thank God we're moving out of sports.
Yeah, let's go, Francis. Now let's go.
Yeah.
We got the sports out of the way.
about to heat
Barstool
up.
Good
Sports
stuff.
That's some good sports topics, though, Francis. Good job.
Those that we did well.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Barstool
good.
Sports, baby.
Little spirited debate,
I know. I can't wait. I also can't wait for Game 1 of the World Series tonight.
which you don't have tickets.
No, I don't have tickets,
Just
but
Game 7.
it means a lot now
Game
that
7,
I have
Francis.
a ticket to Game 7. One ticket.
Yeah, that is smart.
Yeah.
So now are you rooting against the Red Sox? In
No,
certain
I am
spots?
rooting for them to win and then lose and then win.
So
and
you
then
are
lose.
rooting against them in certain spots.
Well, look, if they won it and I got my money back and they win the World Series, that's a win. If the series goes 7 games and I get to go to Fenway for the deciding game, that's a win. The
You
only
built yourself a win. Well, there's a win.
Yeah,
lose.
there's 3 outcomes here. 2
Yeah.
of the 3 are in my favor.
Would you wear a GoPro for Game 7?
Sure.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Like just a Francis, like a POV.
Yeah, I like that.
Not even the GoPro facing out, just a GoPro facing
like
On
one of
your own
those
face?
when you
like
shoot
you-
a video game, they put it on your to get your
Right.
expressions.
It's like a Twitch stream.
On your
You're
helmet.
just watching
Smitty does
Game
that.
7.
Yeah, he does.
Twitch.
Smitty.
I think that would be great content.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'll introduce you guys, the whole world, to all of my friends in the box that I'm sitting in, or the row, buying hot dogs and stuff. Fenway Franks. We got, speaking of Fenway Franks and hot dogs and things that make you fat, a guy hired, these segues are on fire.
Yep, that was
Seamless.
good. That was really good.
This guy hired a personal trainer to help him lose weight, and then the trainer went to all the restaurants around his house in his neighborhood and told them to ban his client from eating at their restaurants to help him lose the weight. Riggs, your thoughts?
So my thoughts are, great laugh by the way, that was nice. So my thoughts are that the restaurants have to be morons to keep this up or uphold this, right? Because why would you put like an advertisement that your restaurant makes somebody extremely fat to the
didn't think
point that
about
it's
that.
like deadly? So I feel like there's no way this would be upheld, and this trainer just comes off as like, I don't know, he's trying to like if you're a really good personal trainer, just get through to the guy and have him fucking, this is your diet, this is your workout, do your thing, help him, blah, blah, blah. When you go around with all this kind of concoction, all that's not going to work because it's horrible advertising for the restaurant. Seems like a bit of a scam just for a little bit of attention. I don't like it. I'm not buying it. I'm woke on this guy.
Ooh, I like the move in principle, but Riggs has clearly seen the flaw here, and I also think the other flaw is some enterprising businessman probably should call him up and be like, hey, listen, your personal trainer came by. I just want to let you know you're not banned, and you can eat here at any time you want.
Oh,
And maybe even do like $100 all you can eat for the month deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So lure him back in.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up,
Right.
but that's capitalism,
And
right?
everybody wins too, because then the trainer has to stay on longer because the guy is not really losing.
the economy
weight.
just keeps
Right,
going.
it's better for the
Yeah.
economy.
Although our healthcare.
Right.
would
I
be
hate that my tax dollars goes towards those type of people. Really irks me.
That's the least surprising Francis comment ever.
Do you know-
Like,
do you know that
probably
there-
sit there at night like,
You
God
hear-
damn it.
was made for that
You hear about like these guys in like super high-end personal trainers who don't just like work out their clients, they also like move in with them and literally watch every single thing that these people, their clients, put in their mouths. They work them out. They become a full lifeguard.
In porn, they have sex with them too.
That's true.
Oh, that's also big.
So all kinds of stuff.
Well, my point being, like, that to me seems like the only real way to assure, like, are these, why would a restaurant ever turn away a client?
Right.
Especially someone who's obese and they're like, you're going to be setting records in here. Go for it. Like, that's insane. There's no way. So, I don't know. I think
Why
the
should
only
they get your tax dollars? Dog?
Yeah, this is like if you want to take it to like another vice, like gambling. Like a bookie's never going to shut off a client.
right.
They just give you free plays to try to keep you in.
Right.
do
It's
the
not on the
opposite.
Right.
drug dealer
Right.
to say, don't have any more heroin.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Imagine
that
if a
got
drug
dark.
dealer
That got
carried
dark.
around a letter that was like,
Yeah.
"Do not give drugs to this person. It's
got- yeah.
detrimental to their health."
Right.
It's unlikely.
Yeah. Okay. More weight issues. A bride has.
You doing the second ad?
Well, oh yeah. Forgive me.
It's okay.
You're forgiven.
MVMT movement watches are fantastic watches. If you've ever worn a watch and thought, I want my watch to look more expensive, but I don't want to pay more for it, try Movement. I think that's something that Kevin often says.
No, that's exactly what they do.
I
It's
love
great.
it. Yeah, they
it's
look
nice.
like fantastic watches. I also know they make sunglasses too. They make everything. They're tremendous. Check them out. Go to mvmt.com/rundown for 15% off a Fire watch.
Woo!
Felt good.
That was nice.
Yeah, I took commercial acting classes before I started at Barstool.
Yeah, you were in a.
I was in a couple.
AT&T, right?
Yeah, no free ads though. I got paid.
Are you still out there?
I get residual checks for
No, but are
those.
you still out there? Like,
I think
if
there's one
someone
for
called and was
Humira
like-
that I was in, which is like an arthritis medicine.
No, but are you still out there? And like,
Oh, no.
Someone
I-
could call you up and be like, "Hey, we need an actor. We need a
No,
ginger
I don't
actor
think
with
I'm.
thinning hair."
I don't think because we do ads in house, so I'm
Smooth gloss right over that.
not really. What's that?
Before the rundown started, we had a conversation about Francis' hair, and he's like, "I don't like when other people make jokes about it, but because I want to make the funniest joke about it."
Yeah, did you just make a joke about my hair?
I said if
dig at your hair.
yeah, I said if
man.
someone called up and was like, "Hey, we have this part for a ginger actor with thinning hair," would you? Are you still out there?
I don't know. I don't know what I would
He predicted
say.
this.
I don't know what I would say to
Before
that.
we started, he said, "I don't care about people making jokes about my hair. I just hope that I can make the funniest joke."
I just thought this was going well until that moment, and now I don't want to be here anymore. The last topic.
Francis, I think your hair looks luscious.
I don't wanna-
and great. Let me give me a look. Let me see. No, turn your head all the way. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. You put product in it?
No. You know what? I had it in this morning, and then I went and worked out, and I washed it out. And now
Damn.
it's all floofy again.
How much you bench, bro?
I don't really. I do like. This is so off the rails.
No, that's okay. This is what a Francis rundown is. How much you bench?
It's like a little collage of thoughts. I don't really do like flat bench. I just do the dumbbells, like alternating now.
Ooh, nice
I
stability
I
there.
do like 60 pounds in each hand.
what
nothing crazy.
what did you do today?
I do a lot of pull-ups.
Oh,
I
how
do
many
a lot of
at a
pull-ups.
time?
Well, now I've gotten into these weighted pull-ups. So I put like
the chain
Fuck.
around your.
the belt
You're
with the
badass.
chain, and then I put like a 45-pound plate, and I'll do sets of 5.
Whoa.
I'll do like 5 sets of 5.
Your pull-ups are no joke. I'm not gonna make a. I mean, I
No.
can't do a pull-up.
I love pull-ups are like for me the single best exercise you can do.
We should put a pull-up bar in this office.
It would be fun.
That
wouldn't
would
it?
be fun.
Yeah, grab some of the scaffolding here, whatever this
How many
is.
times you would stop by it per day?
I would spend a lot of time on that bar.
Yeah,
We should do it. We should put a GoPro on the pull-up bar.
Yeah, that's nice. These are good thoughts. Better than the hair thing you said. A bride
sorry. I
fattened.
apologize.
That's okay. I'm
It's
over
because you said
That
that.
was very Dave
well,
of you.
well, it's because he said it before that
But it
he
was
would
Dave.
be devastated if anyone made a
But
joke.
I said it
that's
when I said it, the cameras weren't rolling. And then you brought it up
That
and you
was
broke
off
that.
the
You broke
record,
that wall.
Dan.
I trusted you not to bring that up. That was said in confidence.
You can make a fat joke about me.
I don't want to. I'm not doing that.
Speaking of fat
Speaking of fat people like Dan, you
That's
fat
a fire
piece
segue.
of shit. You're a piece of shit. Your diet sucks. You're gonna die early.
Oh, you're gonna have to pay for it though.
Whatever. At least I'll have a full head of hair thanks to some kind of treatment.
Some kind of technology that hasn't been released
Yeah.
yet.
I'll live
Come on,
longer.
medicine, you got this. Research.
A bride fattened her bridesmaids so that she would look better at her wedding. Unbelievably savage move. Dan, your thoughts?
I mean, it's a great move. I'm actually
Because he's fat.
Yeah,
he
that's
sucks.
good. I'm shocked that this is the first time someone's admitted it. I just assume this happens all the time.
100%. My first thought process is like, isn't this normal?
Yeah, right.
Like she probably Googled like, how do you do this?
Right.
And everyone, oh yeah, this is the process.
'Cause-
I did the same thing.
Like, not to be mean here, but if you go to a wedding and there is a bridesmaid that is like stunningly gorgeous, people will notice.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why I also think a lot of times brides will put their bridesmaids in dresses that aren't very flattering.
Sure.
Yep.
You
Sure.
know?
Absolutely. I've been going to a lot of weddings. I went to one this past weekend. It is unbelievable how much weight some brides will lose for their weddings. I mean, it
Pictures
borders
last
on
forever.
unhealthy. It's like,
No, I think it just is unhealthy.
yeah, right. I mean, and then like,
But they
you know,
look good, yeah.
They look unbelievable, absolutely. Apparently, this bride, she was like giving them smoothies. Nate blogged this. Nate Dogg, do you have any back info on this? She was giving them like weight gaining smoothies. It sounds like it was straight out of the Mean Girls. Like
Yeah.
what?
Or the Seinfeld when they were eating the yogurt.
Right.
They didn't know it said it was fat free.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know how you don't catch on if you're a bridesmaid to
It did
You're just
seem a
taking
little-
massive dumps, and you're like, why is this happening?
She's like, it's like, oh man, she's so wonderful. She's bringing us smoothies now for 3 months that she never did before. Like, fucking catch on.
And
you
they're
know?
ri-
got to
yeah.
the point where they had to alter all their dresses.
Wow.
That's so awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
That is
which
so awesome.
I mean, how do you not know?
Credit
Like,
to
I'm
her.
just getting fatter.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to select my groomsmen based on who has the least amount of hair in my friend
Yep.
group. And I'm
So
sure Dan,
bald guys.
something about weight for you.
Oh, my hair's great.
No,
I
I'm saying
dye it.
You're going to choose a bunch of elephants.
Yeah,
a little gray,
yeah.
too.
To stand up
I
there
got
with you.
I got a little bit of gray, but I got
Nice.
You know, it's dyeing it is totally fine because I'm not losing it.
Yeah, you do have good hair.
Yeah.
I have to give you the
thank you.
nod there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's nice.
Making
It
you a little jealous.
distracts from the cholesterol-soaked gut that you've got. That's why you always wear crew necks and loose-fitting shit.
What a turn.
I like this
thing
turn. This is guys busting balls.
It's not
That's what it
fat
should
shaming,
be.
it's busting
Having
balls.
fun talking
He
sports.
did the hair
Guys
thing to me.
busting
and-
balls.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
what we
locker
do.
room
Yeah,
talk.
handle it great.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's kind of the rundown.
Oh, what about that Lion article?
Oh, yeah.
I
let's
feel like
talk
that
about
was a Francis
Yeah, I
fastball
like
down
that.
the middle.
Keith blogged this, great blog, check it out. I always try to fluff Keith up a little bit because he's the one who chooses whether my blogs get published.
That's still happening?
Oh yeah.
You've been here for like a year and a half.
2 years,
Wow.
yeah,
2
almost 2 years, yeah.
Wow.
Well, because I'm so I walk the line. It's dangerous to let me just
You're like
fire
Johnny
from the
Cash?
hip.
You're
Yeah.
so edgy.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
not. It's just
Man in
a
Black.
liability, really.
Yeah, that's true.
So this lion was killed by his mate, the lioness, because an animal science expert actually said that in this relationship, the male lion was too wimpy and metrosexual, and that the female lioness wore the pants and had all the power and thought he was too much of a bitch, and she killed him. Unbelievable. Riggs.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it common in the lion culture for the male lion to kill the cubs? When he,
when he
weds
gets
a
hungry,
ewe or
He
something?
leaves after 2 years. He'll leave and go find more mates. I don't know if he kills the
I'm
cubs.
pretty sure and I could be wrong. Maybe it's tiger or something. I'm pretty sure one of them when they then wed or mate a new chick lion, then they kill all the previous cubs.
Interesting. So that they don't come back and then steal mates or something like
Yeah,
that?
to kind of reassert no, this is my family, new family, something
Spread
like
the
that.
seed, yeah.
Oh,
So that I had
interesting.
heard about before. This whole where they kill the metrosexual lion, I'd never heard of before.
Uh-huh.
This is wild. This has to be a captivity thing, right?
Yeah.
Where they're,
Yeah.
all fucked
Is
up.
this also a hate crime?
You're saying that the
it
the
feels like a
lioness
hate crime.
might have thought that the lion
Doesn't
was
it? Doesn't it?
a
Doesn't it feel like a hate
minority
crime?
or gay? I don't know where
I
you're
don't know.
going here.
This lion expert was going hard about
Yeah,
how,
he did say metrosexual and wimpy, which potentially infers some kind of.
but that's not what gay people are.
No, not necessarily.
Right.
No, not
No,
necessarily.
I would say definitely not necessarily.
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was a really offensive what you just said.
You were the one who brought it
No,
up.
I asked the question and then you finished my thought.
Oh, well, I was just guessing. I was just guessing there.
Shot in the dark. You know?
Well,
I
hold
just
on,
like
though.
I just like the thought of it being like this lion has to go to court.
Yeah.
Like they execute it. I feel like they do usually execute like when a lion like it's bullshit. When a lion like breaks out of its cage, they fucking shoot it.
Yeah.
And it's like well, it's an animal, and it was just trying not to be in a cage.
Yeah. To your point, I do know that the female lions in the wild are typically the ones that hunt and provide the food for the young.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think they are. It is definitely a
And
species
the
where.
male
So just,
chills and protects
like,
the
drop
family.
dead
Yeah, I
dads.
think he just kind of like flaunts his mane and
Lazy ass.
like looks to mate with whomever he can.
Interesting.
The mane is one of the more like regal looking things.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
Oh,
sure
yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah.
I got excited. When you
I'd
said
like to
mane.
do a
This is
safari.
badass.
I was turned off on it for a long time.
You
but
should
I'd
go by
like-
yourself.
Oh, I could trade my. I bet my ticket will appreciate so much if we get to that game. I'll sell
Yeah.
it and go to on a safari.
go.
Well, you're right, Riggs. The mane is a beautiful thing in nature. It's like the men who have more hair and not thinning hair.
Yeah, and you know what else
I could
about
see as he
nature?
started-
People want to mate with them.
Dan
They-
started to pet his
all
own.
that stuff. The
You know who
hair,
else does
and
well in
whatnot.
nature
Yeah,
are the
this is
male
me.
lions that are sinewy and athletic and are not extremely paunchy.
Sounds like they're almost,
and sedentary
malnourished.
that don't watch
actually-
football Sunday
I
and
actually-
eat Doritos like it's survival.
I disagree, Francis. I think that in the lion culture, the heavier lions are the kings of the jungle because they have been.
Yeah,
they're
the
such good
muscular,
at they're such good at
heavier
eating
lions.
and finding food that people respect him because it's like, wow, that lion, he's just a rich
All right. Well, I
motherfucker.
know this. I know that for a fact that lionesses would prefer a patchy lion with like kind of rough fur to a fat
Disagree.
piece of shit.
Wouldn't you
lion
think?
that
Wouldn't
can't
you
even
think
move.
a lioness would be like, oh, that guy's fat. He can provide for a family.
No,
there's
I-
more than enough food to go around here.
Look, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Did you guys
This is the
know?
worst rundown ever. I don't ever want to do it again. Go buy your watches and shit. You know.
I know this is a great rundown, Francis. You also say this every time.
I know. I'm having a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah,
I really.
yeah.
This was great.
He's gonna go to bed with that big smile on his face.
Here's something that
I'm
we
gonna
can-
watch it the moment it
Yeah.
drops at like 5 o'clock. or
Here's
something.
here's a fun after show topic.
Oh,
Tommy,
Tommy smokes.
Daddy's gone. Tommy's a different guy when Daddy's gone. His whole crew is gone. So
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What do you think that means?
What do you mean? You're all chopping it up
think
with
I'm
the
just-
boys about a pre-production meeting.
You think I'm just
having
ripe
a
for the
good
taking?
time.
Yeah, what?
You think I'm just ripe for the taking, you mean?
You're what?
I don't
Ripe
know.
for the
Maybe I was
taking.
off
Right for the
base
taking.
there.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you are. You're lion.
Cub.
You're a cub, and the
Cub.
lion has left the den.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there trying to fend for yourself.
It's all right. I got my own lunch today.
Oh, interesting.
I usually do anyway.
It is just funny. It's something to watch.
Yeah.
When Davey goes out of town, Tommy's like, he tries to basically come back into the culture of,
Right.
of Barstool, not Team Portnoy,
Right.
and he struggles.
He does.
That pompous ass like Team
Yeah.
Portnoy
Yeah.
attitude
Oh,
you guys have all the
yeah,
time.
good joke, Dave.
What do you- And then he's just gone. You're like
Lost.
such a vacancy when they
Yeah.
rip him out of the.
Your eyes, yeah, you have a
Social
1,000-yard
structure
shell.
of the
that
office.
must really suck. To
He's just
not
been
belong
staring
here.
at the elevator. Every
don't
time
belong.
it beeps, he's
You
waiting
don't
for Dave
belong
to
here.
walk off that floor.
Yeah, it really is.
You don't belong,
So you
bitch.
could just follow him around the office.
Yeah,
all
where
day.
should
Yeah.
you should work somewhere else?
Yeah.
While he's not here. Yeah.
You don't belong.
No, you don't.
Remember that.
You look out of place.
You do not belong.
Uncomfortable on that stool.
Listen,
Kind of squirming.
no Frankie here.
No, Frankie. Frankie's gone.
All
Did
Team
Team Portnoy just leave you here?
That's what I said. I was shocked he was here.
I'm not a Red Sox fan. Why
Yeah,
would I
but
be in
when I was
Boston?
like, "Are you going to Boston?" He's like, "Why would I go to Boston?" It's like, "Well, you go everywhere Dave goes."
Right.
Yeah.
Usually I wanted.
mean,
there's
you-
nothing for me to do in
You
Boston.
went to like Punk. You
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
all
you
like the
went to-
track
Had a
stuff.
be his
You
backup
go
dancer.
everywhere Dave
No,
goes.
you could have made him coffee, and
Did you?
Yeah.
you just laughed at his
he
jokes.
mad at you,
Basically, your
Tommy?
regular job.
That's great, Dan.
Are you
That's
not?
good. I love this.
You're not in his good graces or something?
Yeah.
You guys
Is
have
there
a falling
trouble?
out? Was it a
Interesting.
falling out?
Nope. Things are stronger than ever.
Do you have trust issues now, knowing that
seem
Dave will
like it.
leave you behind like this?
All right, good show,
He
everybody.
started calling you a large.
Oh, whoa!
As the producer.
Tommy's not feeling so.
Wow. Great
Confident.
rundown.
It's a
Weird.
great rundown.
See you next time.
This is a weird feeling.
Tommy,
Even for me.
You're-
I think
you-
it's a good show.
are you okay?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah,
We'll,
I'm sure.
we'll talk to him off camera.
Yeah.
Or we won't,
I know. I
because
certainly
no one
won't.
will.
Not even
He's a
close.
rat. He's fucking taking notes. Every time Dave's gone, Tommy's taking notes. Like, who says something bad about Dave?
He took attendance.
Yes,
saw
he
him
does. I know.
marking the
He's
times that people got in.
Yeah, he was like, Trent, here. And like, it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
We never do that.
For the record, that didn't happen.
Yeah, we never do that, but we
Happened.
do that when interesting.
Yeah.
So what are you going to report back about today's occurrences?
Fast
Well, you
track
guys
to
were rather mean to me,
unpopularity
but
around
I'm
here.
not sure if that'll make the report or not. We'll see.